Hello, hello everybody. Angie here, coming on with day 4 of my 12 days of Christmas junk journal ephemera makes with you guys. Today I have a project, just a little different idea, just a little different technique for you guys. This is something along the lines like if you have dies, large dies, especially Christmas dies. I really enjoy bringing out my Christmas dies during this time of year for my junk journals. They are so effective and so helpful in our decorating process. But I find that all my dies are relatively kind of small, and I have to usually freehand a lot of my larger pieces that I want to make, especially, you know, just at a random, like for this particular make I wanted to do a nutcracker, but he was pretty detailed and I thought that video would just be way too long to try and put together for you guys, so I chose something a little bit simpler, simplified it a little bit, made something a little bit easier, and I chose to freehand and make a stocking. Okay, and that is all I did. Is I just took a piece of white copy paper and I just scribbled around until I got a size that I wanted, something a good size that would fit in my journals, and then I cut it out and made myself a template. Okay, and then once I cut it out, then I can cut it into pieces because you're going to decorate each piece differently. This is usually your furry bit. Then you've got your pattern. You might want to put a cross pattern on the heel and the toe. So I had to cut out each bits separately. Okay, so that's all I did for my project today is I just freehanded a stocking, made a template, and cut my pieces out. Okay, for time's sake, I did the cutting off camera, and I cut out a whole bunch of them right here, and you'll see how we're going to put this project together. I'm calling this my interactive gate style ephemera stocking, I guess you would say. I don't really have a name for it. It's just I know what I wanted to make, and I just kind of played around until I came up with something that I liked. We all like things that are interactive, that we can flip and fold and turn and do different things, and that pop out, and just different things in our journals. So this is what I came up with. So I cut out 4 sets, not just 4 stockings, but 4 sets, a front and a back of stockings. Okay, and then I used 2 or 3 or 4, I'm not sure which, we'll see as we get this put together, patterns, and they're all different pieces. This is the top portion for the fuzz. I've got the heel portion, and I've got the toe portion, and those are all cut with just different style patterns papers. Okay, and I think I cut enough. If not, I've got my stack of papers here. We'll just have to freehand and cut a couple extra. And then these are all of my stockings. Okay, and you can do as many as you want. I just thought, I think it's 1, the front and the back, and then 3 in the middle, so 4 total. I thought that was appropriate in a good amount. It wouldn't make our journal page too thick and too bulky, but we'll have some interactive activeness and some, you know, some prettiness to look at. Right, what I got here is just another piece of this Christmas paper here, and it's beautiful snowflakes, and they're very detailed, but I wanted to try to cut out this one, but I didn't have the patience for it, so I didn't. But I just cut out just a few of the smaller ones because all my stockings here are mostly red except for the front and the back, so I wanted to incorporate some of the blue throughout the page as well, so I chose a few of the blue snowflakes, and that's it. So now we're going to put this together in just a moment. I want to show you, I'm going to put this in this Christmas journal that I've been working on, and I'm going to use this on my middle page. This is just going to be a nice big 1 signature journal, Christmas journal, and I'm going to put it right here on this middle page. Now, just the interactive piece is hopefully going to look really lovely, but I think it's going to look kind of plain on here. So what I want to do, or at least what I'm going to try to achieve, is have some little sprinkles of glitter kind of like an arch here, and make it look kind of a glistening, kind of like a snow scene, if so to speak. I do have some faux snow, and I do use faux snow quite often. I was going to use some on the stockings, but I changed my mind, and I could always go back and add it to it later at a later time if I choose to. But that increases on the bulk of our pages, of course. So rather than use faux snow, I'm just going to use some spray adhesive, and I'm gonna do it off camera, but I'm just gonna be right over here over my trash can, but I wanna explain to you just what I'm doing. I'm just gonna try to achieve, I'm gonna try to do some light spray with the glue here, and I'm gonna try and arch it kind of in the corners, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some glitter to stick on there for just an added effect on the page, okay? And I'm going to do that first, so hopefully by the time we get done with our stocking project, the glue will be set so I could be ready to put my stocking in on the page. Okay, so you'll be able to hear me spray this glue. It'll only take a minute or so, but that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hold this over the trash can. I'm going to lightly spray some glue and sprinkle some glitter over the top, and I'll show you how it looks when I get back. Okay, so just give me 60 seconds and I'll be right back. I got my glitter here. All right, here I go, guys. Okay, I'm done with the glue. Now I'm going over the top with my glitter. Okay, tap off the excess, and I am back. And if you haven't thought about using this technique with your glitter, it works really well, but for me, my only project is I can't get real precise with the spraying because the nozzles are always just so, you know, the glue just, anyway, it's kind of difficult for me, but look at that. Is the camera picking that up? Isn't that pretty? But it is still wet. Okay, so that's why I wanted to do this part first. So I'm going to put this off to the side and give that a few minutes to dry while we're working on this. Okay, so let me set that off to the side. Okay, now as I was talking, I just realized I did not make any hinges. So I think what I'm going to do, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. What we're going to do is, this is the front, like kind of like the opening cover page. This is going to be the back kind of close page, and these are our pages in between. And I have a front and a back which match. And we're going to put these two together, front and a back on this design, and then a front and a back, so 3 interactive pages that's going to open up for us. Okay, now you can do it with a hinge method and just hinge each stocking together, put a hinge here and here, and then on the next page, here and here. And that's what I was going to do originally, but I forgot to do the hinges. So what we're going to do on this one instead is I'm just going to glue the pocket closed all the way around the edges, and I'm just going to leave the top fluffy stocking portion open so you can tuck in, you know, some tickets or some little goodies. Okay, and it'll look like a full, you know how we stuff our stockings with goodies and little presents, and that's all we're going to do on this one. So I'm going to take a minute and we're just going to glue and just keep it. And if you want, well, if you want to leave the whole pocket open, you can. But I'm just going to stuff the pocket about halfway, so you don't really need to measure. So I can close up the bottom portion of the stocking because we just want a few little bits, or at least should I say I just want a few little bits sticking out. Okay, so then we're going to match up our piece and we're going to glue it closed. Well, I still will need my hinges, won't I? Yeah, I'll still have to do my hinges because we got to put the pieces together. So, yeah, I just thought about that. We're still going to have to hinge this together. And I don't want the hinges to show. I just decided that. You can have the hinges on the outside or on the inside. So I'm going to try to pry this open real quick before the glue sets too much. It's already dry set, but if I could just pry it open enough just to get a little piece in there, that's all we need. Okay, there we go. So now what we're going to have to do is I will need my hinges after all, and that can just be scrap paper. So I'm just going to cut maybe a few pieces. We're going to need 2 for each stocking. And I'm sure everybody's familiar with the hinge method. So I'm going to tuck this piece in at the back heel portion. Try and get it straight as I can, and I'm hoping this will work. I did one like this last year, but I didn't do it as a stocking. I think I did like a gingerbread house where I was dealing with more of a straight edge, where the stocking is, you know, more of a rounded edge. So okay, now this is going to be our inside cover, so that can go, oh, I glued the wrong side. And we want to line up our stockings, each one. Come on, wipe that off for the moment, okay? So that's connected like that. And then the piece that's showing, we can ink that up, or we can just leave it blank. I don't think that's a really deal breaker. Or we could just make sure the pattern side is showing there. So if I fold it this way. So at least we have a little bit of color and a little bit of a design showing. Okay. So then we're going to put this one somewhere up here. And we're just going to hinge them all together just like that, okay? So there we've got one. That's our first stocking. And then let's do our second one. And actually, see, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to tuck another hinge in there for the next pocket, for the next stocking. You know, sometimes you have in mind what you want to do, you know what you're doing, but you get a little ahead of yourself when you're trying to do a video because you're thinking one step ahead, usually. And so I'm going to attempt to stick another hinge in there for the next stocking. There we go. That wasn't too difficult. Give it a little pinch. Okay, so that's the hinge that we're going to go on to the next stocking. So I'm going to have to open this up again and do the same to this side. I apologize. How they say, do as I say, not as I do. Oh, goodness. Okay, there we go. So now I'll make myself another little hinge. And they don't have to be big, just little small pieces. They don't have to be big. So this one will go in here. See, that's a little too long. Alrighty, there we go. Give it a little pinch. Okay, now we're on to something here. Back on track. Okay, now, let's see. This one's going to go like that. So we want to put the hinge in there first before we close it up. And then we're also going to need the next hinge for the next stocking. That's the step I missed. So we can make 2 hinges out of this piece. Okay. So we'll glue this hinge basically to this hinge. And this hinge to this hinge. Okay, now we're ready to glue it down. And again, we'll go around the edges. And it doesn't have to be with a stocking. Remember, guys, it could be with, you know, whatever you want. You can freehand yourself. Snowman, Santa, like I said, you know, a gingerbread house. It could be whatever you want. I mean, if you have some large dies, break those dies out. Use them. This is a great project for those. And you're just going to be layering them just for some interactive piece element for your journals. Okay, let's line that up best we can. And where it's off just a little bit, we'll just do some inking for those pieces. Okay. And I just want to leave the top portion open for like a pocket. Okay, so there's one more. Okay, let me snip me a couple more pieces. All right, so then this one goes down. And we're just going to try our best to keep it lined up. Okay. Got gluey fingers already. Okay. As you see, my hinges aren't the same size by any means. It's not a big deal. But if you want to be more precise and have everything exact, have at it. These are just hinges. Not really seen except for the little open and closing portion, so it's not a real big deal. And try our best to get that lined up. Okay, and down we go. leaving the top portion open. Okay, and then all we have to do is put the back piece on. And hopefully that will line up and lay on our page the way we want it to. Just like that. We've got ourselves a cute little interactive stocking. Okay, before we put that down on our page, we definitely need to bring in some ink. To those edges, so let's do that. And I could have done this before we did all the gluing, either or. Oh, I see this needs to be closed a little bit there. Just hit that. Okay, I think that's good enough for right now. And then just decorate however you want to decorate, guys. Let's see, I've got my little mixed patterns. So let's see how that's gonna look. Okay, that's good enough for that for right now. Okay. So, I have my top pieces here. And I thought we'd just isn't that cute? And then there's one for there. And I just mixed the patterns. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one will go on this side. And of course, try our best to line them up a little bit so it's not too wonky. Here we go. But like I said, on this portion here, if you want to use some faux snow or some felt, felt would look really cute. Totally up to you. The decoration part is individual preference. Okay, and then that's the back page, so we don't need, so I cut some extras, that's fine. Okay, so then let's do the heel and the toe. And we're just gonna, again, do the same process. Let's start at the front and see what we've got. I don't think I want blue on blue. Okay, so this is the heel. These are the toes, so we'll do matching. Do we want to do matching? Yeah, that's cute. run through that real quick. And I will always say, I think like Christmas time is the best time to match your patterns and your colors. I think that's when Christmas is the #1 holiday for that. You can pretty much, can't go wrong with any color. I mean, purple, pinks, blues, silvers, golds, you know, they all go together at Christmas time. Yellows, white, any color you choose. Can't go wrong. Isn't that cute? Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do this one. I don't think we used this one yet. So this is just a fun little project. If you like doing things on yourself, basically. But it would definitely simplify it if you have some large dies or even stencils. Trace yourself out a stencil. You might have a nice big snowflake or a star or something like that. Use your stencils and trace yourself out your shape, and then do the same thing. Cut out multiple pieces, put them together, create your little pockets, and make yourself a nice interactive page like this. Oh, that's cute. I like it. Can you tell I like it, guys? Let's do this one. But I think it would look really cute with some faux snow, and maybe in my series as we go along, this is just day 4, maybe I'll break out some faux snow and do some type of project with some faux snow. I don't know. We'll I'll have to see if I can incorporate some snow somewhere. Okay, there we go. Then let's just give it a good press, make sure everything's down really well. Okay, so I cut a few extra, not too bad. I still want to use my little snowflakes there for a little added decoration. Okay, so let's bring our page back in. That's still a little tacky, but not too bad. I'm going to hit it on the trash can again. There we go. All right, and then what you do is you take your project and you're going to put it right in the center of your page. So we're just going to line that right up, and then we're going to glue it down. We're going to glue the front portion down and the back. Just kind of center it where you want it, and down we go. We're going to flip it over and do the other side. Now the only thing with doing an element like this, keep in mind, as you can see on this particular journal, I haven't sewn this journal in yet. So this will hinder when you comes time to sewing the journal, and you have to work around this element. But that's the only thing. Okay, and then when we open it up, we've got ourselves a really cute page. Look at that. And then again, these are pockets. So all we have to do, and I have a little digital here that I've been using on this journal. Let me grab that. Oh, before we get to that, let me put my other decorations down. I wanted to, since we kind of going for like a little snowy theme, I wanted to put these little snowflakes down. It's kind of a big one. We'll just put it right there. Make sure you put enough glue, because we've got that glitter under there, keep in mind. I'm trying to hold this to make sure it has time to dry. Put a little more glue down there. All right, look at that, guys. So while that's setting a little bit more, let's cut out a couple of these tags that I've got on this page. And this is a pretty Christmas journal kit that I got off of Etsy, and it's from Craft Lena, and it's called Vintage Christmas. Really beautiful pieces. So let's see, what can we stick in these little let's do these. Let's cut out some of these real quick while that glue is drying. Excuse me, my throat got dry. Let me grab some water. Excuse me, guys. Okay, sorry about that. And I'm just going to cut these out and stick them in here for right now, but I will be backing these tickets with some cardstock or some lightweight chipboard, something like that, just because this copy paper is quite thin. I'm just going to tuck them in there temporarily. Aren't these cute? Little cute images. There's poinsettias, there's little girls and wreaths and trees, just everything. So pretty. And I'm doing two, so when we stick it in the pocket, you know, it will stick out a little bit. I'm not going to do the little round edges because we're almost out of time, but I just want to kind of give you a little look as to how that's going to be. And actually, you know, if you wanted to, you can back the tickets up on each other like that, so you have some prettiness on both sides. Actually, I like that idea as well. I'm going to do that just on one, and on the other ones I'll leave That's good enough for right now. Then I'm just gonna, just like we would at home with your stockings that are hanging on the mantle, you're gonna fill it with little goodies. Let's see, actually one ticket, because I closed that ticket, those stockings up. So actually 2 tickets. The length is actually too much. So we just want to stick a couple. Goodies. Just like that. Isn't that cute? What do you think, guys? And what you fill in your stockings, of course, is completely up to you. If I find the middle. There we go. Stick a couple in this one. And a couple in the last one. Okay, let's get it open here. There we go. Okay, so a couple tickets on that one, a couple tickets on that one, and a couple tickets there. There we go. Oh, I didn't put my heel and toe on the front of this one. So where's my template? Let me grab my template. My heel and my toe. And I'm just going to cut a couple out of this scrap right here real quick. Okay, and that will go just like that. All right, guys, so that is my make for day 4. And I'm calling this my interactive gatefold stocking ephemera page. Okay, so I'm gonna move everything out of the way so we can get a good look at this cutie pie. And there we go. Move that piece out of the way. When you open it up, you've got yourself a multi-little layered piece here. Okay, very, very cute. All right, guys, that is going to be it for today. I hope you like today's journal page, and that is going to go in the center of my journal here, just like that. Very cute. And I'll probably, like I said, I'll be touching up those tickets and put a couple more pieces in there, stick a couple candy canes or something in there, just something for added decoration. But I think that is a really, really cute page. So I hope you guys give something like this a try. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me. I appreciate it. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.